discuss buck regulator, and today our class is boost regulator. So one of the advantages of switch mode power supply technology is that it can be used to create a step up or a boost converter or a regulator. So boost converter is also called as step up converter. So in switched mode power supply technique, so in switched mode power supply techniques, we have to use it to create a boost converter or a regulator. So in boost converter or a regulators, we are used in many instances. So in boost regulator, we are used many instances for from providing a small supplies where higher voltages may be needed to much higher power requirement. So for providing small supplies for a higher voltages, and it will needed too much higher power requirements. So often there are requirements for voltages are higher than those provided by a available power supply. Here voltages for RF power amplifier within a mobile phones is just one example. So the one of the advantages of switched mode power technology, it can be used to for creating a step up or a boost converter. So in switched mode power supply technique, we have to using a boost converter. So boost converter or regulators are used in many instances. So for providing small supplies where higher small supplies and where higher voltages may be needed. So higher voltages may be needed too much higher power requirement, and so it will be needed for too much higher power requirements. So there are required more for a higher voltage and those provided for a available power supply. So voltages for RF power amplifier within a mobile phone is one example for a boost converter. So step up or a boost converter. So basics you have to see that. So in boost converter circuit have many similarities to that buck converter. However, the circuit topology of boost converter is slightly different. So the circuit topology of boost converter is slightly different. Okay. Mm. So the fundamental circuit for a boost converter or step converter consists of inductor, diode, capacitor, and switch and error amplifier with switch control circuit. So here the boost converter circuit will have similar to the buck converter with a however so with the circuit topology for a boost converter is circuit topology for a boost converter is slightly different. The fundamental circuit of boost converter or step up converter consists of inductor, diode, capacitor, switch and error amplifier with a switched control circuit. Switch and error amplifier with a switched control circuit. So this is a circuit diagram of boost converter. So here the inductor and the diode will be here the inductor will be connected in series with the input to Vin. So in series with a Vn, here Vin inductor, here diode, capacitor and load and error amplifier. With a switched error amplifier will have switched control technique, and here we have to switch is there. So here the capacitor will be used for smooth voltage of switch transition timings. Okay, so this is a circuit diagram for boost regulator. So figure 4.24 shows the circuit diagram of boost converter. Okay, so the circuit for a step up Step-up boost converter will be operating by varying the amount of time in which inductor receives the energy from the source. So, step-up boost converter will be operates by varying the amount of time in which inductor receiving the energy from the source. So, in the basic block diagram and operation of boost converter can be seen that here the output voltage appearing across the load is sensed by the sensing and error amplifier, and an error voltage is generated that controls the switch. Okay, so here the boost converter, the output voltage appearing across the load, so it will be sensed by the sensing error amplifier, and an error voltage is generated that controls the switch. So whenever the error voltage will be generated, that will be controlled by the switch. Okay, here typically the boost converter switch is controlled by a pulse width moderator. So here the boost converter switch is controlled by pulse width modulator. The switch remaining on off longer as more current is drawn by the load and voltage tends to drop. And often there is a fixed frequency oscillator to drive the switching. Okay. So here we have to see this circuit for step up boost converter will be operated by varying the amount of time on energy receiving by a inductors from the source. Here the basic block diagram from the basic block diagram and the operation of boost converter can be seen that the output voltage appearing across the load. So the output voltage appearing across the load will be sensed by a sensing amplifier. So whenever the error voltage will be generated, then it will be controlled by the switch. Okay. So here typically boost converter switch is controlled by a pulse width modulator, and the switch remaining on off longer as a more current will be drawn by the load and voltage tends to drop. And often there is a fixed frequency oscillator for drive the switching. Okay. So we had to see this boost converter operation. So the operation of boost converter is relatively straightforward. When the switch is in on position, the inductor output will be connected to a ground, and the voltage Vn is placed across it. So the inductor current increases at the rate that is equal to V in by L. When switch is placed in off position, the voltage across the inductor changes and is equal to V out by Vn. So the current was flowing the inductor decays at the rate that is equal to V out minus V in by L. So from this straightforward, the operation of boost converter will be, so whenever the switch will be in on position, then the inductor in output is connected to ground and the voltage Vn is placed across it. So the inductor current will be increases at the rate that is equal to V in by L. Whenever the switch will be placed in off position, the voltage across the inductor, so the voltage across the inductor changes and is equal to V out minus Vn, and current flowing through inductor equal to V out minus V in by L. So we had to see this circuit diagram. So referring to this is circuit diagram of boost regulator during switch off condition. So, in this figure 4.25, So this is circuit diagram of boost converter during switch off condition. So here whenever switch will be in off condition, then there is no current flowing. So here the inductor current. So here the whenever the switch will be in on state, the inductor current. So the inductor current, so the V out will be connected to a ground. Okay. But whenever switch will be in off state, then the inductor current flows through a diode and out, V out. Okay. And here the load will be connected across a capacitor. Why? Because for smoothing, for smooth operation, for in switching transition timings. Okay. Whenever when switch will be on, the inductor current will be connected to a ground, and diode does not conduct, and there is no current flowing through the load. Whenever switch will be in off state, then inductor current flows through a diode and load. Okay. And the and the so here, so in switch off state only the current flowing. So when switch off state, the output current equal to V out minus V in by L. Okay. So referring to the boost converter circuit, the current waveforms for a different area of circuit can be seen. So, so input and output waveforms of boost regulator. So see, switch. So this is a switch status. So at starting switch will be, so whenever you have to see switch in off state and on state. So input current, whenever switch will be in off state, so so in switch off state, then input current flowing slightly increases, and it will be down whenever switch will be in on state. So this will be in continuous mode. So input current. Next, switch current, I switch. Here, switch current will be obtained whenever switch be in the on state. The switch current will be obtained. So it will be obtained as a square waveform. And diode current. So diode current obtained when switch off state only the current flowing through a diode. So then the diode current it will be obtained. So it will be obtained in switch off state only. So and here V out will be in continuous mode. Why? Because so sorry, I out will be in continuous mode. Why? Because there is a inductor and current flowing through load will be in continuous mode. Okay. So when you have to see these waveforms, so from the waveforms diagram that the input current to the boost converter, so the input current the input current to the boost converter is higher than the output current. So assuming perfect efficient such that lossless boost converter is that power must be equal to power out must be equal to power in. So V in into IN equal to V out into I out. From this it can be seen if the output voltage will be higher than the output voltage will be higher than the input voltage, then the input current must be higher than the output current. Okay, here the output voltage will be higher than the input voltage, then the input current must be higher than the output current. So in really no boost converter will be lossless, but efficiency levels are of around 85% and more achievable in most supplies. Okay, so from the circuit, from the waveform diagrams, it can be seen that input current to the boost converter, so input current of boost converter will be higher than the output current. So it seems that the output, so here input current will be higher, but input voltage will be lower. Here output voltage will be high. Here input, so then the input current must be higher than the output current. Okay, but output voltage will be higher than the input voltage. So it is real. So in reality, there is, so no boost converter will be lossless. So it means efficiency levels of around of 85%, and that are more achievable in most supplies. Okay, so next, buck boost regulator. So for a simple buck converter can only produce the voltages lower than the input voltages, and the boost converter only voltages higher than the input. To provide voltages over a complete range in a circuit is known as buck boost converter is required. So buck converter will provide a voltages lower than the input voltages, and boost converter voltages higher than the input. Okay, higher than the input. So to provide voltages over a complete range, we have to using a buck boost converter. So we have to using a buck boost converter. There are many applications whereas the voltage is higher and lower than the inputs are required. In these situations, buck boost converters are required. So where voltages will be higher and lower than the input, higher or lower than the input are required. So in this situation, buck boost converter will be required. Here, buck boost converter, for the basic buck boost converter we had to learn. So in buck boost DC to DC converter offers a greater level of capability than the buck converter of boost converter individually. It is expected it extra components may be required to provide the level of functionality needed. So maybe extra components is required to provide the level of functionality needed. So there are several formats. There are several formats that can be used in a buck for a buck boost converter. So here are several formats that can be used for a buck boost converter. That is, so here plus V in and minus V out. So this configuration of buck boost converter circuit uses the same number of component as a simple buck or boost converter. However, this buck boost regulator or DC to DC converter provides a negative output for the positive input. While this may be required or can be accommodated for a limited number of applications, it is not normally most convenient format. Okay, so here buck boost converter. So actually the buck converter will be used where the voltages will be lower than the input, and boost converter will be used where the voltages will be higher than the input. Whenever you want to compensate you want to compensate the voltages level, then you have to using the buck boost converter. So the so the buck boost converter are expected in extra component may be required to provide the level of functionality. So there are several formats that can be used in buck boost converter. So for the input, positive input, it will give the negative output voltage. Okay, so in this configuration, buck boost converter circuit uses the same number of components as a simple buck or boost converter. However, this buck boost regulator or DC to DC converter provides a negative output for a positive input. While this may be required or can be accommodated for a limited number of applications. So it is normally the most convenient format. So this is a circuit diagram of buck boost regulator. Here V input will be given. Here it will consist of inductor, capacitor, diode and load. So the circuit diagram is some different with buck regulator. So here switch will be there. Okay. When switch in be closed, the current build up through the inductor. When the switch is open, the inductor supplies a current through the diode to the load. Obviously, the polarities, including a diode within the buck boost converter, can be reversed to provide a positive output voltage from the negative input voltage. Okay. So here, when the switch is closed, then the current build up through a inductor. Then when switch is opened, then the inductor supplies a current through the current to the load by using a diode. Here, here the polarities within a buck boost converter can be reversed to providing a positive output voltage from the negative input. Okay, here V in and V out. Here the second buck boost converter will be circuit allows that both input and output to be same polarities. However, to achieve this, more components are required. So the circuit of buck boost converter will be shown this below. So this is a circuit diagram buck boost regulator with two switches. Here we have to using. Here two switches will be there and here two diodes will be there and capacitor and load. So in this circuit, both the switches act together such that both are closed or open. When the switches are open, the inductor current build up. When at a suitable point, when the switches are open, the inductor then supplies a current to the load through the path of incorporating both the diodes D1 and D2. Okay, so here these two switches will be operated together. So that means these both are closed or open simultaneously. When the switches are open, the inductor builds a current. So at a suitable point, the switches will be open. Then the inductor then supplies a current to the load through the path that is incorporating through the diodes D1 and D2. So we have to see this one problem on okay, so in DC chopper the average load current is 30 amps and chopping frequency will be 250 Hz and supply voltage will be of 110 volts and we have to calculate on and off periods of chopper if the load resistance of 2 ohms. Here it will be given DC chopper and load current IDC equal to 30 amps and chopping frequency F equal to 250 Hz and voltage supply voltage V equal to 110 volts and resistance will be 2 amps. Here chopping period T equal to 1 by F. So 1 by F equal to 1 by 250. When we have to simplify 1 by 250, then we get 4 into 10 power minus 3. That means 4 milliseconds. And IDC means VDC by R. Here VDC equal to dV and IDC equal to VDC by IDC equal to dV by R. Here D equal to IDC into R by V. Here IDC means 30 and R equal to 2 and voltage equal to 110. Then you have to substitute these values. Then you get D value. D equal to 0.545. Here chopper on period T on equal to dt. So dt means D value will be 0.545 into time T equal to 4 milliseconds. Then you have to substitute then on chopper on period equal to 2.18 milliseconds. And chopper off period T off equal to capital T minus Tn. So total time period minus T1. Then you get T equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 minus 2.18 into 10 power minus 3. Then you get 1.82 into 10 power 3. So chopper off period equal to 1.82 milliseconds. So that's it. Okay. So thank you to everyone. Today we will discuss boost converter and buck boost converter. Okay. Thank you to everyone.